All right, YouTube. Today we got 6 terrifying caving moments caught on camera. Now, to me, caving is one of the dumbest things you could ever do. I don't know why anybody does it. It's stupid. Literally so stupid. Don't know why anybody does caving. 100% optional to get in those tight spaces and squeeze and squirm and get stuck. Like get cut up, cold, dark. You know what type of bugs. I don't even know if the oxygen is safe to breathe down there, but people still do it. I mean, what if it one day just suddenly rains? You're not a weatherman. You don't know nothing. So I mean, to me, caving is crazy. I don't know why people do it, but people do it because it's I guess it's the thrill of the danger for some people, you know. But we gonna watch it. We gonna get into it.
Alex, from the channel Cantrell Caving,
You know,
is known for exploring some of the most dangerous, narrow, and unpredictable cave systems in the world. But this time, his passion nearly cost him his life. On November 3rd, 2023, a group of 5 young men, including Alex and his close friend Jacob, set out to explore a cave they had never been in before. The plan was simple: follow the rope, reach the end, and document the journey. But nothing ever goes exactly as planned underground. At first, everything seemed fine. Headlamps on, boots laced, spirits high. They moved deeper inside, unaware that the conditions had already changed, and fast.
Do it!
like you think if someone farts in there, like, dude, that's wicked. You think, oh, but honestly, do you think farting in a cave, like if you're such in a tight space, farting in a cave like releases some gas in your body to make you can suck in your stomach more, you can get even tighter into a space? Let's just keep playing the video, bro.
Not long into their descent, they found themselves battling rising water. The cave's narrow passages were partially flooded,
See, this
making
is
every
crazy.
step harder and far
Bro,
more dangerous.
just seeing the
The
water
air was
alone
heavy
is
with
crazy.
moisture, and the rocks were slick. Every step forward took them deeper, both into the cave and into the unknown.
Like, why continue?
What happens if you pee in a wetsuit? Just asking for.
It just stays.
I'm asking for a friend.
It just stays with it. Last minute emergency heat source.
They were still laughing, talking about reaching the end of the tunnel, but beneath the surface, tension was starting to build. Jacob, who had scouted part of the route ahead, tried to warn them. Some sections are completely underwater. You'll have to duck your head just to get through. There's no way to breathe in parts of it.
Like, bro, there's too many of these guys here to still continue and think this is safe or a good idea. There's too many brains there to be like, for not one person to be like, yo, bro, I don't know if we should keep going, bro. There's a lot of water, but we didn't expect this much water. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess.
Go right. Okay, gotcha.
Still, the group pushed forward, following the rope and hoping nothing would go wrong. But as they went deeper into the flooded tunnel, fear began to show on Alex's face.
Yeah.
His confidence faded. His movements grew tense and frantic. The water level kept rising until it filled his ears, and the only way to breathe was to tilt his head straight up toward the ceiling. The deeper he crawled, the more unstable he became,
Like
until
water
suddenly, everything went wrong.
Like, water just going in his mouth.
Oh, we just barely. No.
Bro, all of that dirty, murky water just down his throat forcefully. All that dirty cave water he just drunk that shit. You know his stomach is cooked for like at least 2 weeks, dude. Like, why, bro? Why? Why do this to yourself? This is not fun. There's no way this is fun. Oh no.
You're good. You're good.
Let me scream. Yeah, panic attack like crazy.
Oh my God! I'm coming out. All right.
One of Alex's friends panicked. Struggling to breathe, he grabbed onto Alex in desperation.
I said, yeah, bro, I'm coming out. You should have been got out. You shouldn't even kept going deep. You should have been turned around with when you had to go like this to breathe.
Nearly dragging them both underwater. Cold, water, darkness, claustrophobia.
Yeah.
In a cave, panic is your worst enemy. Despite the chaos,
Screaming like
they somehow
crazy.
managed to keep their heads above water. Inch by inch, they pulled themselves back toward the light. By the time they reached an open space, both Alex and his friend were scraped, bruised, and completely exhausted. It could have ended very differently. They were lucky to survive.
If you get stuck on a melody, or if you just feel like you can't get a song started, Output's co-producer.
That's just stupid.
This man was exploring a cave when he reached a dangerously narrow passage. Determined to push forward, he squeezed himself into the tight gap and nearly became stuck. The video was uploaded to YouTube on January 10th, 2022, under the title, Smothered in a Claustrophobic Cave. The man behind the channel, Caveman Hikes, has posted dozens of similar videos where he successfully escapes caves after
Look at this right here. Why would you do this? I think you gotta be a baldy to do something like this, though. Because imagine having hair doing this. Hell, imagine my hair doing this. Ugh. Bro, but look at this. Bro, like, look at his face. Bro, look at his face, bro. Like, why are you putting yourself through this, dog? This is so stupid.
long and risky explorations. But in this video, things look far more tense.
Man.
So far, I haven't felt like that squeeze, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to take the light with me, is the problem.
That's the problem, not being
If I go Superman style, I can certainly get through, but then my clothes are going to bunch up, and it'll look cool on camera, but very uncomfortable bunching clothes up and backing up at the same time. So one of the nice things about these is you can use your feet for leverage, and you can't see that, but I take my feet and I pinch it up against the ceiling, and then I use that to leverage myself backwards. So I'm leveraging myself through here. And I fit okay. It didn't look like I was gonna, but I'm pretty much, I just have a hard time leveraging myself to move myself over this knuckle. But it's gonna be a little lossy here.
For a while, he keeps trying to push deeper into the cave, but eventually realizes he's almost completely trapped.
Trying to give you a decent view of what's going on in my little gumdrop's life here. I'll bring you closer.
Bro, when I hear the like, bro, just stop. Bro, stop what you're doing, bro. Just please stop what you're doing, bro. You're not supposed to be wiggling and maneuvering in little tight crevices like this, bro. You're not built for that. So when I hear the like, I know this shit really hurts him. Like, gang, just stop, bro, please.
There we go. So it's all about leverage, and I don't know where my feet are here, but I'm working my way through here as I can. I can't turn and see. You see, this is the problem with the clothes bunching up. My knee pad's caught.
Knee pads?
Okay.
At that moment, he decides not to risk it any further and begins carefully backing out the way he came. Fortunately, he manages to escape without any injuries. This story comes from the YouTube channel Action Adventure Twins, run by two brothers, James and Edward. Since early 2020,
Honestly,
they've been
to be honest with you, right? If you do start a caving YouTube channel, right, and you're not getting views, and the only reason why you did it is because you thought you would be getting views, why continue to do it? Bro, I would have been stopped this. I would have been stop putting my life at risk. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
Exploring dangerous and extremely tight cave systems, documenting their underground adventures. But in March 2021, one of their expeditions brought them terrifyingly close to death. They decided to explore the well-known Pettyjohn Cave in Georgia. By that time, they had already visited several sections of this sprawling maze-like cave system, even discovering an underground waterfall during one of their previous trips. They felt confident enough to take on the challenges of this underground labyrinth. However, this time, their goal was one of the most difficult sections of the cave, appropriately named the Nervous Breakdown.
This one's tight.
Like, some of these cave names should be a crazy indicator to you, for you to stop, for you to think twice about, more than twice, think at least 5 times and be like, okay, no, I'm not doing this. This cave is called the Nervous Breakdown. Man. Some people just do some wild
A title
shit,
that
man,
perfectly
for no
describes the
reason.
mental state of anyone attempting to pass through it. The beginning of the trip went smoothly. The brothers squeezed through a narrow entrance and reached the first open chamber of the cave.
I mean, at least
But
this
soon,
is-
the passages began to narrow again, forcing them to crawl through tighter and tighter spaces. After about 25 minutes of crawling, they faced their first serious obstacle. A muddy chamber with a deep, narrow pit in the middle that had to be carefully skirted along the edge. One wrong move would mean falling into a tight shaft with almost zero chance of climbing back out. The slippery
You would think if it's muddy though, like, if that's kind of, I mean, no, it wouldn't be, right? You would think a little bit though, it would be a caver's like wet dream to have a muddy cave so you can slip through cracks and stuff easier, but I guess it would be harder for you to get back out. Well, it depends on the cave. Like, I guess if a cave like this where you have to climb up stuff, then it kind of sucks. But if it's one of those caves where you just gotta crawl through, wouldn't a little muddy, damped environment be like a give you like a rock hard boner as a caver? You know, wouldn't it just hit you all in the right places as a caver? You would have an orgasm, no? Or am I just tripping and I'm talking nonsense? Probably the second part.
walls and lack of solid footing would make it nearly impossible to pull someone out. After safely passing this dangerous area, they finally reached the entrance to the infamous Nervous Breakdown. To their frustration, part of the surrounding area had collapsed, making it much harder to find a safe route forward. Rocks were scattered everywhere, narrow drops surrounded them, and pitch-black darkness filled the space. After a long search, Edward eventually located an entrance and decided to go down, leaving his brother above as a backup in case something went wrong. He had no idea that this decision would become one of the biggest mistakes of his life. After descending a bit deeper, Edward tried to contact his brother, but there was no response.
I found a rope. I don't hear James anymore. Uh-oh.
He suddenly found himself in a nightmare scenario,
Those batteries?
lost in an He suddenly
Those are. Are those their batteries, or why would you leave batteries? Why would you leave batteries in there? It's kind of messed up.
found himself in a nightmare scenario, lost in an unknown part of the cave with no way to communicate. At first,
Yeah,
he tried to
that's
stay
pretty
calm
scary.
and continued moving, still hoping he would meet James somewhere ahead. But after 30 minutes,
I'd have been a bitch. Hell no, I'd have been terrified. James? Are you there, James? I'd have started tearing up and everything, gang. Oh my goodness. Hell no, I couldn't do that shit. I mean, I wouldn't even be in this predicament anyways. I wouldn't go nowhere near a cave and be like, oh, I can't wait to get up in there. You know, but I mean, yeah. That's gotta be terrifying. Like, actually terrifying though.
Minutes of searching and calling out with no answer, the reality of the situation began to sink in. He knew that panic was the worst possible reaction, but anxiety was slowly taking over. After countless failed attempts to locate his brother, Edward decided to retrace his steps, only to realize how difficult that would be.
James! James!
Bro, I'd be tripping balls.
It's been like 30 minutes since I last saw him. I don't even know where I'm at. I tried to go back to the last place I saw him, and everything just looks the same.
Yeah, buddy, you're underground. That's why I keep saying this is stupid. Why do people do this? Like, what? I don't know, bro.
It's just a jumbo maze.
Every direction looked exactly the same in the dim light of his headlamp. Narrow tunnels and uneven rock walls offered no landmarks to help him remember where he had come from. With every step, the situation became more desperate. A single wrong choice could leave him wedged in a passage too tight to escape, or worse, he could fall into a hidden fissure. Even without physical injury, it would be easy to wander in circles until exhaustion took over. The recording, which began with excitement as he entered the nervous breakdown, could have ended as a tragic documentation of his final moments. After what felt like endless wandering in circles, Edward finally spotted a small but familiar detail, a piece of marker tape he had noticed earlier on his way down. Following it, he was finally able to find his way back.
James! Oh! You're over here? Oh, dude. This place is a maze, man.
Oh, hey, I see your light.
Dude.
Oh, hey, I feel your light.
thought we-
Like, he wasn't calling for your name 30 for 30, damn near 40 minutes. Damn near thinking he was done forever. Oh, hey, man, I feel your light. What? Nah, bro, man.
We're never gonna see each other. Dude, I know.
After reuniting, the brothers stayed together for the rest of the expedition and eventually made it safely out of the cave without serious injuries. This experience didn't stop them from exploring caves. They continue to upload videos to their YouTube channel, but now they do so with far more caution and much better preparation.
I mean, yeah.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
I don't care about Base 44. It sounds like
The following story took place in January 2014, when a group of cave explorers set out to conquer Lost John's Cave in Lancashire, England. This impressive cave system stretches for about 3 miles, with known depths reaching around 700 feet. Most of the team had years of caving experience behind them, and, like many seasoned explorers, they were confident in their abilities. They carefully prepared for the expedition, studying maps, planning their route, and packing the necessary gear. But in the world of caving, there is a brutal truth. When something goes wrong, no amount of planning can guarantee safety. Even the most experienced explorers can find themselves in life-threatening situations. That is exactly what happened to one member of the group, Bob Johnson. At first, the expedition went smoothly. The team moved deeper into the cave, using their equipment to overcome each obstacle. But everything changed when they reached a section known as the Tube, an extremely narrow passage that required crawling forward on their stomachs. To make matters worse, part of the passage was filled with water, making visibility and breathing even more difficult. Despite the dangerous conditions, the group decided to continue. The thinnest member went first and managed to squeeze through. Bob Johnson went next, and he was far less fortunate. At first, he made steady progress through the tube, but soon he began to struggle, even in the slightly wider sections. Somehow he reached the narrowest part of the passage, and that's where his luck ran out. He became completely wedged from the waist down, and every attempt to free himself only made things worse. Being stuck in such a tight space is already horrifying.
Yeah,
the feeling
bro.
of solid
But then
rock squeezing your
waters.
body, the walls closing in, you can't move, you can barely breathe, and panic begins to creep in.
That
For Bob,
goddamn
the
water,
nightmare was
bro.
just beginning. On top of being trapped, he now had to face a far more terrifying threat: rising water. Water makes any caving trip infinitely more dangerous. In a dry cave, even if you get stuck, at least you have time to think, time to plan. But when water starts rising, the situation becomes deadly within minutes. Imagine freezing water slowly climbing up your body while you are trapped in solid rock, unable to move.
Damn,
The terror
dude.
is indescribable. Bob knew he had only a
Makes you
short
want me
time
to feel
before
that shit
drowning
for real.
became a real possibility, and he fought desperately to free himself. But the water soaked through his clothing, making him heavier, and his escape attempts even more hopeless. Just when the situation seemed completely hopeless, one of the team members had an idea. The idea that would ultimately save Bob's life.
This? Yeah, it looks tight. Billy, I get it. Pull it! Pull it!
Instead of trying to push him forward, the team members behind him began carefully pulling him back the way you came, and it worked. Bob was finally freed, though his ordeal was far from over. Later, he shared in the comments that he and the two teammates who rescued him had to crawl for another 3 hours to escape the cave through an alternative route. This incident left such a deep psychological scar that even today, Bob says he can't watch the footage from that day without experiencing severe anxiety.
Wait, but does he still cave though? I hope Bob's actually okay.
This unsettling
Fuck, dude. Does Bob still cave though? I hope he fucking stopped and realized this shit is stupid. Oh, Bob finally got some common sense. Was like, well, okay, I think I'm done with caving because this shit is actually dumb as fuck. There's no point for me doing this no more, so I think I'm good. You know, I hope that's what Bob was saying to himself in his head because, my lord, dude. Yeah. Hopefully Bob's actually okay though. Psychology.
video
Jesus,
was
dude.
filmed by Jacob, an experienced explorer obsessed with uncovering the secrets of abandoned mines. For nearly 20 years, he had descended into forgotten tunnels, documenting his journeys and sharing the hidden history of these places with his viewers. But this time was different. This time he encountered something he would never forget. On the cold, rainy evening of December 5th, 2017, Jacob drove down a dark, deserted road toward another abandoned mine, unaware of what awaited him underground.
Supernatural.
Okay, that's the portal to the Waldeck mine. I'm inside. The wind has kind of died down a little bit, and it's not raining, so I managed to stay dry. Of course, I'm inside this little alcove, kind of. But anyway, you come down this little incline path, and then big boulders here you have to climb over, and then the tunnel's right behind me this way. So let's check it out. Let's get in here.
At first, everything seemed normal, almost calm. But the deeper he ventured, the stronger a strange feeling of unease grew inside him as he passed beneath rotting wooden beams, barely holding back the crushing weight of the earth. After more than 15 minutes of walking, something strange appeared on camera.
We're going to take this branching tunnel that we skipped on the way in. I'm assuming that X means a dead end or somebody died.
A faint flash of light deep in the tunnel, like a distant flashlight beam. Though Jacob didn't notice it at the time, moments later, disturbing sounds began to echo through the tunnel. Soft, whisper-like noises coming from somewhere just out of sight.
Do you hear that?
Oh, no.
Sounds like, what, is that wind? Can you, I don't know if you can hear that on the camera.
Bro, you're by yourself. Bro, just leave. Maybe it's just some homeless people having a little party for themselves, though. It could be that, but we're not taking no chances. I watched a lot of Supernatural. what's probably up in there is a Wendigo. Now, if you guys don't know what a Wendigo is, it's a kind of like a little, just a little bit like a werewolf. It's a person. It's like an Aztec type of thing. It's in supernatural. They usually like places like these. So just get up out of there, bro. Don't take the chances. Don't explore further and ask questions to yourself. Um, just go. Just go, please, please. I beg you, brother. Clearly he did because the video's uploaded, so thank God. But next time, don't even try this bullshit. You saw a flashing white light that you didn't see, but I just seen that shit on camera. Yeah, man. I watched Supernatural 2 times. All 15 seasons. Twice. I lied. I watched the first time 15 seasons. The second time to 8 seasons. Just don't do it, bro. I watched too much of this shit to, you know.
Do you hear that? It stopped.
Yeah, he said, "Do you hear that?" He said it all loud.
Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound...
Whoa, what the hell is that? Boy, that shit sounds crazy.
Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but that's crazy.
Yeah. See,
don't know if that's a bird or...
Trust me.
I don't know what that is. It almost sounds like snakes, but...
That's not a bird, bro. Stop turning around. Just did. Actually, I'll to walk back.
I've heard some weird stuff in mines, but that is definitely creepy. I don't know what that is. So let's get out of here.
Yep.
And head back out to the portal. That was weird.
Yep.
I think I keep hearing something. That was strange. I hear the air blowing here. Wow. I'm getting out of here, and you can really hear that airflow. I'm getting out of here and heading home.
Uneasy, Jacob turned back toward the entrance, but on his way out, he noticed another tunnel he had missed before, and cautiously decided to investigate.
Oh my God.
Here.
Are we serious, Jacob? Look at all the Wendigo territory right there. I'm trying to tell you. Look at all the chains dangling, bro. You thought it was a goddamn horror scene, man. Let me zooming in with that shit. Bro,
I don't know why that one chain.
Yo, I thought for a second that was something like a big ass figure just rocking side to side. It was the chain. But still, why is that the only chain moving? No other chain is moving. And he's in a cave. And it's not the wind because all the other chains will be moving too. Why is that the only one chain moving? Leave, Jacob. Get out. Please, brother.
Chain is swinging back there. Don't know if you can see that in the video or not.
That one's swinging mad aggressive though.
Inside, steel chains hung from the ceiling, ordinary at first glance, until he saw one of them slowly swaying back and forth, as if someone had just touched it. That was enough for Jacob. Realizing he was not alone, he immediately left the mine and never looked back. To this day, he still has no explanation for what happened in that tunnel. It remains an unsolved mystery.
Hey, let's keep it that way, bro.
This unsettling 30-minute video was filmed by a man named Daniel, who entered a cave with 2 of his friends despite having no proper caving experience or equipment. Only a few minutes after going underground, they got lost, as anyone would expect. While searching for a way out, Daniel discovered a small chamber crawling with massive spikes.
If y'all made it this far to the vid, go ahead and subscribe, bro. If you're this far already, this is the last one. Just subscribe at this point. I'm just saying, like, I don't know why you wouldn't at this point. This the last. You made it to the last one. You rocked with me this whole way through. You don't want to subscribe, brother? Just subscribe, man. Subscribe, man.
spiders.
We gonna have different type of vids out.
Oh. I'm not scared of spiders, but there's a shitload of them.
I'm not scared of spiders. If I see this shitload,
Okay, spiders, don't touch me and I won't touch you.
And to make things even worse, one of his friends nearly became stuck between the cave walls. At first, the group tried to stay calm and act as if everything was under control. But as the video goes on, the tension rises and panic slowly begins to take over. Fortunately, after a terrifying struggle in the darkness, all three of them eventually managed to find their way out unharmed.
I know I'm not claustrophobic, but I am now. And especially like just like fucking like the spiders. It gets into the back of your mind.
The new voice mod key lets you do this.
What's up, squad?
The voice changer? All on console.
Sound.
Thank God. Thank God. Well, if y'all enjoyed the video, like I say, y'all could have been subscribed. At least leave a like for the bad boy. That's pretty much it. Thank y'all.